Okay, we're back on to another project here. Just that one from a couple weeks ago. I had to order up a belt drive here, replace it. So this is the one where they flipped the ring gear over because it was bad. And when they did that, the countersunk screws didn't hold in very well. Supposedly they countersunk the back of the ring gear, but I don't know if they did that or not. By the looks of the screw right here, they did not do that. That's why it's got that mark right there. And of course it ripped it all loose, came loose, and turned into a big mess. Broken parts everywhere. That's supposed to be a screw. So he destroyed everything in here. So we're going to go ahead and knock all this stuff out of here and see what we got. Hopefully it didn't break anything major more than the belt drive. So we'll just start yanking stuff apart here and see what we get. You know it's damaged, so can't hurt it much. So this Rivera Pro system here, we're going to switch over to a BDO because these aren't available anymore, at least for a while. Eventually they'll be back. Okay. Nice clutch, way out of adjustment. See, that's not the adjustment it's supposed to be, see? And I recall everything in here was worn out. And that's not even the cable out of adjustment, that's the whole mechanism junk up there. See, the cable's not even moving. This is all the stuff inside of here is just completely worn out. You have to even have the right stuff in there. Looks like you get the right pivot in there, but that's junk. I wonder why his clutch doesn't work. That's over half the throw is not being activated there. There you go. Turn that back on. So I'll have to go up there and work on that too here in a little bit. More junk. Let the spring tension off a little at a time. That was in there hard. There's residue belt material everywhere inside of the thing here. Fluff. We got a lot of fluff. It's not supposed to be in your clutch. Alright. That's not the right socket. I guessed on the size. Oh. Thought these things were metric. Not really. I guess it probably was this one, but it's so beaten up. Can't put the socket on it. We'll go to American. See if we can beat one of these on here. One of these two might work. That'll do it. This one should be left-handed thread. it is though. It's definitely not coming off. Severe amount of Loctite in there. I think they poured half the bottle in there. Definitely tight. This is normal thread here. Put another half a bottle of red Loctite in there, see? You have that much residue inside your hardware, you got way too much. Way overdone. It didn't fall out. That ain't coming off either, which is another problem. Let's see, how did I get that other one off? I forget. I may have some kind of a tool of some type. I don't remember what I did though. Did something. Not coming out either. So all these things are on there quite a bit. So this one you can put a puller on it with some 5/16 bolts. And this one over here you cannot. If I pull these two Allen bolts out, I can probably put 2 bolts in there and pull it out. So maybe I'll try that. This thing's not moving at all. Not even remotely. So let's go see what we got. Hardware to use here. So we're going to use this tool here. And a selection of hardware here. All this stuff here is, these are all ones I've used over the years. So this one's easy to do. This one over here, I'm going to pull the 2 bolts out. You don't want to spin right on the main shaft, so I'm going to go ahead and put a get a piece to go into that to protect the end of the shaft. Now this is the puller over here, I think, for, yeah, this is the puller for doing this stuff. I do have a puller for doing that. I'll try this one. Maybe this will work too. Yes. Alright. I do have a puller for that. This way I gotta use the other puller though. Alright, so just gotta figure out what bolts it takes. Not 3/8 obviously. So there you go. Alright, we'll figure out what length we need. We'll get the front one off first. Okay, that can be a couple inches shorter than this. That must be a different length bolt. Well, someone's been mixing up my hardware over here, do you? A little different. Okay. A ½ inch for doing that. And the ratchet kit over here. stand in front of the camera, block the view. Get a good shot of my logo. Bottom down on something in there. Breaking free. Equalize the heights, they pull evenly. We need a 9/16 socket, which I didn't bring. Only brought over stuff I thought I needed. Now we got other stuff we need. It fell off. All right. So they had a problem with spacing of this thing. They couldn't figure out what they needed. Looks like it has a big offset in this thing, which is going to be a problem for me. I don't have an offset set up here. Here's the space that they cut down. Should pull the rotor out of there. It's going to be full of fluff in there. Let's see if this special tool actually works. Usually it doesn't. Yeah. It's not made for normal bikes. I don't know what this tool is made for. It never works. So you jam a couple screwdrivers in there and do it that way. Which doesn't work very well either, but that's all I got, that's all I got. So you just squeeze these together and it binds it up and pull it out, see? So, let that hang around over there. So we'll just let that kind of hang around right there out of the way. So I can look in here and see how much crap is in here. Surprisingly, not that bad. I think there'd be a lot more junk in there. Leakage there. Washers. All looks correct. So I have to clean all that junk out of there. So I gotta get this thing off of here. So this should go around top of these nuts and then pull this whole thing off. At least that's the plan. Let's see, how's this work over here? Look at that. Good video shot. See, there's my new tripod. Saw blade. And there's the helmet too. How's that view? You like that view? It's a pretty good view, I think. a good view of my shoulder in there, I hope. Okay, let's go see what it takes to make this work. Oh yeah, good view of my arm. Good. Doing that on purpose. So, this tool is supposed to go over the shaft. This is supposed to go on top of here. Only problem is there's no room for it. So this doesn't work. So this pushes right on the shaft, which is a bad thing to do. Pretty hard on them. We just happen to have some nuts laying around over here. We'll use these. I think my straight puller would work just as easy, if not quicker, than this setup would. So we have very few threads on here. There's only a couple threads, which is not good. Okay. So again, another tool I don't have here. Probably a 3/4. And the whole darn toolbox over here pretty soon. Yep. What about that tight quit? This might pull these studs off, so I gotta be careful. Not too many threads on these things. It's coming. There it goes. It worked. Surprisingly. It's really hard on the shaft and the tool. Should not do that, but oh well. It's off. So this fancy piece here did not help us one bit. So, I have to make me up something else to go in there next time. Some kind of aluminum spacer that's smaller. I thought I made something like that before, but I didn't see it over in the box. Of course, now I go back over there, I'll probably see it. And oh well, these are nice custom tools, but yeah, they are what they are. Okay, so all of this stuff is still good for somebody, but not good for us anymore. So let's put it all back together here, so it's in one spot. Helps put together the correct way. So down the road, this clutch is still good. Just the clutch basket's not. Lock tabs. If you don't put all the parts back for the setup, you'll never find them. Then it'll be junk down the road. If you're missing one part, it doesn't work. I might have to reuse this push rod, I'm not sure. Push rod adjuster. Okay. The belt I think is no good. What do you think? Keep it for a spare? Maybe not. Might not be a good spare. Yeah, maybe trash. So, you can see how they kind of sunk in the screws here to make it work, but I'm thinking that's not where that screw belongs. What do you think? Is that in the wrong spot? It's trying to get out. Yeah. That might not be where that goes. Yeah, you put a nice gouge in there. So we got 2 screws left. There you go. Extra parts. Alright, so one slightly used belt drive assembly. Anybody need one? Oh, another screw fell out. Now there must be only 1 screw left. So that I might have to reuse, I'm not sure. And this big ass nut over here went over here. There we go. Now, what's been happening to this? Okay, that was a gasket that was left of it. And some extra parts there. Put that over there to catch some of the stuff that's falling off. So, all this here has to be cleaned up. It's going to come out chasing us down the road. Get all this junk cleaned out of in here. It's kind of mucky in here, so the seal's leaking slightly. Alright, let me get all this cleaned up. We'll be back.